He'll actually retire with a teacher pension, despite the fact that he's only been a teacher for 4 years.
And we're going to retire you in 3 days.
But let me tell you.
Well, you heard it right there. Tempers flared as Brandon Johnson and Paul Vallas met for their final televised debate that happened tonight.
And it comes as Northwestern University released a voter opinion survey finding the runoff election too close to call.
Our political editor Mike Flannery has more.
The survey's release earlier today set the stage for tonight's final televised debate. Among voters who say they're certain to cast a ballot for mayor, 47% support Paul Vallas, 43% Brandon Johnson, within the survey's margin of accuracy. And it found Chicago's old pattern of racial bloc voting is fading. For example, 42% of whites support Johnson, 28% of blacks back Vallas. Hispanics favor Vallas by an 11 percentage point margin. In another challenge to racial stereotypes, 53% of black voters said Chicago's rising rate of violent crime is their #1 issue, slightly more than the 50% of whites and 49% of Hispanics. The issue dominated parts of tonight's debate, including the several minutes it took a moderator to get Johnson to acknowledge his previous outspoken support for defunding police.
In 2020, you said, quote, defunding this failed system of incarceration and policing was not just admirable, but necessary.
I'm not going to defund the police.
It seems that there was an about face, and now you're saying you're not going to take a penny away.
I never said we're going to take money away from the police.
Vallas, in turn, was on the hot seat when asked about the Fraternal Order of Police Union's endorsement of him. Earlier in the day, reporters pressed him about FOP President John Catanzara's statement to the New York Times that Johnson's election as mayor would provoke police resignations and, quote, blood in the streets.
I think his comments are absolutely irresponsible, period.
Election officials report that despite how close this contest appears to be, there is still no indication turnout will be any higher than it was last month, when fewer than 36% of voters bothered to cast a ballot. I'm political editor Mike Flannery.